Hi there, and let's get to it. The next palette on the list is the color wheels. Color wheels are one of the most fundamental color grading tools. With the wheels, you're able to adjust the hue of your image based on its various luminance ranges. Using the three dots at the top, you can switch between three different modes. The first two refer to primaries and are represented with wheels and bars. They both do exactly the same thing, and when you make changes in one, it will reflect in the other. The last option is logarithmic wheels. These will be most familiar to you if you've previously used color wheels in NLEs like Avid Media Composer, Premiere Pro, or Final Cut. The way the wheels affect the image, in both primaries and log modes, is as follows. The rightmost wheel, called the offset, will affect the overall hue of the image. The three wheels on the left-hand side will target dedicated luminance levels. The lift, or shadow, control the darkest areas, the gamma, or midtones, the medium luminance levels, and the gain, or highlights, the lightest areas of the image. Lastly, the horizontal master wheels underneath target the luminance values of those ranges. So instead of changing colors, you're changing brightness. We'll explore the difference between working in primaries and log modes in the next video. One thing I could do that's very practical is try to offset the green look on this image by dragging away from the green area of the wheel. Just very gently, which will neutralize it. Turning off the grade temporarily, Shift D, I can compare the before and after of my clip. After it's been neutralized, I might decide to go after specific areas. So I might want my highlights to be more blue. And I want my shadows to be warmer. Clicking and dragging is how I make all these changes. If it looks like the pointers are barely moving, that's because they're designed to be incredibly sensitive. So you can see that if I really push this out, it changes the image too dramatically. So it's very much to our benefit that the pointers move so slowly. If you want to speed them up, you can hold Shift on your keyboard and then drag, which gives you a much faster flowing pointer. To reset it back to the center, double-click on it. Now, I've played around with the colors a little bit, but I can also target the luminance ranges. So again, with the offset, I can target the entire image by pulling it to the right and brightening it, or pulling it to the left and darkening it. After I've made it slightly darker, I might decide to pull up the midtones a tiny bit. So then we go to the center wheel here and click on the slider underneath and pull it up. And that way the shadows stay nice and dark, it's only the midtones that are increasing. I can reset a wheel individually using the reset arrows, or I can reset all four wheels using the reset all button in the top right corner. I also want to focus on the controls that we have underneath the color wheels. We have 2 pages of controls, and we're able to control the contrast of the image. The pivot is the midpoint of the contrast, so you might like the contrast that you've achieved, but you find that the overall image has become too dark. You can fix that by changing the pivot point, and that will brighten up the whole image without compromising the depth of the shadows. Saturation is pretty explanatory. It introduces color or it removes it from your image. To reset, by the way, double-click the name of the value. The hue control takes the chrominance values of your image for a spin around the color wheel. And the luminance mix controls the relationship between the master wheel underneath the offset and the remaining 3 master wheels underneath the lift, gamma, and gain. On the second page, we're able to control the brightness of our highlights and shadows using the same luminance range as the log mode. We're able to increase the sharpness of areas of the footage that have a lot of detail using midtone detail, and we can boost the colors of the areas of the image that have low saturation. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time.